We moved.
Yep, we moved our Airstream home base.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul.
And I'm Amber with Living the Do Life. Welcome to our channel.
If you notice our background's changed, it's because we got a new Airstream home base.
Yes, we still live in Texas. Our daughter and son-in-law just purchased this property, and Paul and I will be creating our new Airstream permanent home base for when we aren't traveling.
In today's video, we're only going to show you our shared spaces.
Right now, we're going to show you one of our favorite places on this property, and that is the pond. Our dogs love walking to the pond with us. Okay, so if you followed us in our previous videos, you know that Paul and I have been full-time living, and when he just reminded me of how long it's been, I could hardly believe it. But we've been full-time living in an RV for 9 years. We've been full-time living in our Airstream for 3 years. When we first bought our Airstream, we were both of us working. Paul retired first, then I retired, and then in August of 2021, we started living and traveling full-time in our Airstream.
We traveled nonstop for 5 months, and then we got COVID in our hometown.
Yep, thank goodness we were in our hometown when we got it. Paul ended up hospitalized, which ended up, he had COVID pneumonia. He ended up in the hospital, and it has taken him months to recuperate. And I will say he's doing so much better, but he's still not to where he was with his lungs before he got COVID. When he didn't recover right away or as quick as we thought he would, we went ahead and just canceled all of our plans and decided to just stay home. And that's when we created a home base at my daughter's property and just stayed there. We played around with our bucket garden and doing a little bit of homesteading and really enjoyed that. During that time, we decided that we were not going to continue traveling full time. We just missed our family too much, and the kids did so much changing in that 5 months that we were gone that we decided that's not the way we wanted to do it in our retirement. We wanted to spend more time with them, yet still travel. So now that they've moved to the new property, we will be doing our permanent Airstream home base, and we plan on taking you along on that journey.
Check out the pond.
Our favorite thing about this property. It's beautiful, isn't it?
This here is a half-acre stock pond with catfish, bluegill, and crappie.
It is the entire family's, kids and adults alike, favorite place to go.
Wait a minute. You forgot the dogs.
And the dogs, yes, it's their favorite place as well. So typically our routine is that we eat dinner and then we clean up a little bit, and then usually we all come down to the pond, all the kids, all the adults, and all the dogs. So the kids love riding the kayak in the pond and of course fishing. Here's a few clips from that. Finchy, you're so good. Oh, and there is the little pond house. Forgot to show you that. So there's the pond, and there's a little pond house. So cute.
Now let's take a walk to her special place, the greenhouse.
So just a funny thing. The first time I walked Poppy down to the pond, she's only a puppy. She's 5 months, and she has never been around a pond. And she took a flying leap, surprised us all, jumped straight into the pond. Well, it's deep. And she panicked and her eyes got really big. She turned around and swam right to shore. This morning is actually the first time I've seen her get in the water since then. That was a couple weeks ago. So currently Our Airstream is sitting in the concrete driveway, which is where we could reach the hookups at this time. We'll show you a little bit later where we plan to put the Airstream and the work we plan on doing to get the homestead site ready. Why are you in the mud? Why are you in the mud?
Good.
Oh, thank you. When Chelsea and Brandon first invited us to come see the property with them before they even bought it, when we saw the greenhouse, all of us were so excited. So if you have followed our previous videos, when we started homesteading at my daughter's other property before we moved here, then you know we did a bucket garden and loved it. So the fact that we could expand that in this greenhouse just thrilled all of us. As you can see, my plants, they look a little rough. We haven't done much planning since we found out that we were going to be moving, and we haven't got the greenhouse set up the way we want it yet. We've been too busy trying to get moved over and settled in, but we're excited to get started, especially because now it's September and soon the weather will be a little cooler and we'll be able to get going. What does that thermostat say and how hot it is in here? It says it's 118 degrees in here, and it feels like it. I'm going out. Come on, babe. It's too hot. We have to come in here in the evenings when we water.
Now let's go take a look at the shop.
So this area that's enclosed from the big part of the garage is our little area. We got everything cleaned out of our storage unit, which is great, and put it all in here. And having this area is so nice because, you know, Paul recently cleaned out his father's house and got us some stuff from that, and so he was able to set up the tools.
Well, let's go look at the area where we're going to put our home base at.
So when we first looked at the property, and then Brandon and Chelsea decided yes to go forward and purchase it, they very generously gave us the option to build a little tiny home or to convert even the garage area or the pond house, and that is actually what we planned on doing. As time got closer before we moved on the property, we decided not to do that for a couple reasons. It was going to be very expensive, and the other thing, which may be hard for everyone to understand, but we actually like living in our Airstream and just the freedom to pick up and go, not have to buy all new furniture. Paul has worked hard to convert our Airstream to be exactly what we need for full-time living, and there's really not a need to do anything else. The only thing we really wanted was to expand our outside living area, which is what Paul's about to share with you.
This is the area that we're planning to do our home base. It's right beside the shop. Of course, we got to clean all of this out, but this is where it's going to be. Our probably first thing we're planning to do is to move these carports out of the way wherever he wants them at, where we can put ours here, which is much bigger and taller. We're also going to put down a cement pad where the Airstream and our patio is going to be. And off to the side, we're going to have another cover on the side of the carport where we're going to put the truck and a little storage area back there. On the side of our carport, we're going to put a lean-to. We can put a spot for my truck, and storage, and that's going to be crushed concrete. But all the rest of it's going to be concrete. We thought about putting the crushed concrete over all of it, but one, safety concerns. Sometimes crushed concrete got big rocks and you trip, fall, and it also attracts dirt and mud inside the Airstream. And we thought about putting a porch in the front of it, but then you have limited access to your stabilizer jacks and stuff, and also have snakes and rats underneath the porch, and I didn't want that. One of the good things about a home base is I'm going to set it up where I can let the dogs outside, don't have to worry about them running off. They're going to have a little fenced area right outside the Airstream, including the Airstream, and also on this back side where I'm going to put the storage room, they're also going to have a doggy door so they can get inside, and it's going to be AC in the storage room for, we put extra clothes and don't have to worry about it. It's like climate control.
Okay, so we had to take a break so my daughter could give Paul a haircut.
She's pretty good too.
Pretty nice, huh?
Hi now. By the way, this property here is 13 acres.
Yes, and what we showed you today was just a few of the amenities. There are actually more that you may see on our later videos.
So sorry y'all hear the squeaking sound. That's the fan that's in the garage.
Yeah, it's loud. Shout out. We want to give a shout out to our daughter and son-in-law who have provided us a permanent home when we're not traveling. This gives us the freedom to travel when we want to travel and just to watch our grandkids grow and settle down when we just want to be home. We're in a very happy place right now.
Enjoy it.
So Brandon and Chelsea, if you're watching, we love y'all.
For all you full-time RVers out there, if you want to take a break traveling, where do you put your RV at? Y'all rent your monthly size, yearly size, or what do y'all do about a home base?
We would love to know because you are our people. So now that we've given you a glimpse of our new home here and told you the plans for our new Airstream homestead, we're hoping that you'll come back next Thursday because we're actually leaving and hitting the road to take a trip.
Just for 1 week though.
For 1 week, and then we have so much to do here when we get back to start our new homestead, but we're really excited to take a little vacation first.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.
Yes, and if you know of anybody who is curious about living full-time in an Airstream or just has any questions, please share our video with them and also subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps our channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Live simply,
Dream big.
and do life. Bye.
Bye.